So I'm doing the intro.
Correct.
What?
But take your time.
Well, no one looked ready, to be honest.
No.
Everyone...
No one was ready.
Are we good?
All right, are we good? Ready to go? But are you ready?
Spiritually.
And we are live
Yes.
from the Uncommonwealth Pandemia Studios all around the globe. We're here with the not as pregnant Katherine Rawlinson,
Just a little.
robust Jimmy HPD, and the unbelievably talented Adam Mueller.
Why do you always struggle to find an adjective for me?
Well, Adam, I'm pretty sure my adjective was robust, so maybe it's better if you can't find
Well,
one.
I think he was going for rotund and then switched right at the last minute.
Right.
It can't be worse than not as pregnant. I'm pretty
Yeah, that
sure.
sounds like a bit of a. You don't
I
look
don't
as
know
pregnant as
what-
last time.
Yeah.
That's not a compliment.
Catherine, you are noticeably less pregnant. All right. Well, as the robust and rotund host of the show now, I want to start this week's episode by letting the listeners know, if they didn't already, that Lauren and I recently got married here in New York City. It was it was a very exciting day. And obviously, during COVID, we had to adapt and be flexible. So we ended up having a very small ceremony on the Brooklyn Bridge, just the two of us, our officiant and our witnesses. And if you follow me on social media, you can see some cool photos of the day.
Yeah, my invite
None
got
of
lost
us
in the
were
mail.
invited.
Yeah.
Nice plug. Good plug for the social, Jimmy.
Thank you. Don't feel bad about not getting invited. Like, my mom didn't get invited, guys. I could not invite anyone to my
Isn't
wedding.
she in Australia?
That too. So yeah.
The witness was a loon.
Yeah, the witness was just some random passerby. And,
You got the added
On a city
benefit
bike.
of being able to invite your mum and knowing she can't make it. Like,
that's true. I
Oh.
should have done that as a power play. Sent out a bunch of invitations just so I could feel
You
high
see,
and mighty.
if you can't make it, just send a gift.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll accept cash. Yep.
There's my Venmo in the invitation.
That I should have done that, Adam. Why didn't I think of that? But so the strange thing, as I said, we had our wedding on the Brooklyn Bridge, and it was a beautiful day. It was very iconic. We went there first thing in the morning, so we got some awesome photos just as the sun was rising. But so what I want to discuss today is this iconic location, which has now been immortalized in my and Lauren's life, the Brooklyn Bridge. Because I've spoken about it before of the pod. It is obviously a super iconic location, probably the most famous bridge in the world, I'd say. But there are so many cool facts about the bridge. So let me just get right into it. First of which, it was the world's biggest ever suspension bridge at the time it was built, which is a big deal because it was like twice the size of any other existing suspension bridge. Part of the reason is
What
because
was the biggest one before that, Jimmy?
it was something in Ohio. I don't think it had a name.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it was cool enough for a name. It was just a bridge in Ohio over a river. That's
Okay.
basically it. But
The Ohio River?
Well, they weren't
maybe.
that creative with Brooklyn Bridge either.
no.
But did you really get married on the Brooklyn Bridge, or did
It's
you
a
get
good point,
married?
Catherine.
Did you really get married on the East River?
Well, half a dozen of one, 6 of the other.
In the East River.
In the East River.
Over the East River.
Adam's frozen, by the way.
Oh.
I don't know if that's just me.
He's still sassy, though.
He is. It's so strange when he's zinging you without
It's amazing
moving.
how he can look down on us, even frozen, while he's frozen.
It's like those portraits in Harry Potter. Oh, I'm the
Right.
host now. I think he left.
That-
Yeah, I'm gonna leave and come back, but keep going.
No, we'll wait.
I'm confident I won't miss much.
I sense that. This is giving me time to be like, wait. I swear I had a good fact coming up. Anyway.
Guys, I drank a lot of wine on Saturday for the first time.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Whoa.
How was that?
Really great to be drinking again.
But after 9 months of not drinking it, you would have had like 3 sips and you would have been
I was
blackout.
wasted.
Yeah.
Trying to look after the baby.
That's perfect.
I was like, the baby was like amazing because he was kind of drunk off the breast milk.
Right.
But apparently it's not that big.
He was like, "Wow, Mum's a lot of fun when she lets
In
her
Europe,
hair
it's
down."
fine.
Oh, my mother used to give us a little whiskey in our milk when we went on long plane flights.
That
Yeah.
really? Yeah. It, and you're fine, Pierce.
Oh
You're
yeah,
fine.
By drinking the
Oh,
whiskey
yeah.
herself,
God.
or by giving
everything's working.
We'll
You
take
can
your
make-
word on that.
Jimmy, can you return the host to me so that I just can?
I think it does it automatically because it doesn't.
Okay, never mind then.
Let me
You
see
don't
it.
like being in the
Okay.
bottom right quadrant.
Oh, here we go. Make host.
No, just for the recording. I want to make sure that we don't lose anything.
There you go. Did that work? You got
All right,
it?
yeah. All right, sorry about
Okay.
that.
All right.
Did I
Go
miss
ahead,
anything?
Jimmy.
I didn't miss
No.
anything, did I?
You did.
Told you I wouldn't.
I actually finished a segment, and yeah, you didn't miss anything.
Catherine's boozing again. So expect some late night podcasting.
Good
Oh,
on you.
nice.
All right. So the reason that it was the biggest in the world at that point in time is because no one was doing suspension bridges because they just kept falling down. So there was like a noticeable lack of faith in the concept of suspension bridges. But this fellow that designed it, John Roebling, he was like, no, I can make it work. So he was like one of the pioneers of making them work.
Is Roebling Street named after him?
Oh,
Probably
Because it's like one of my. It's a big street in
favorite
Williamsburg.
streets.
yeah.
I don't know.
There you go.
I don't know.
But he
Probably.
was like the Bill Gates of the
We'll say yes.
yeah, sure. Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Our podcast is the worst.
It is now. If it
Uncommonwealth
wasn't
This
before.
may or may not be a fact. Okay.
Okay, so here's
The largest mug
here's my
ever.
final suspension bridge fact. What is it?
Is that a CBC mug?
I also have this.
Where's the
this.
wine, Catherine?
And this. I always have 4 beverages.
Is that a hard seltzer? What are you drinking?
Sorry, I keep interrupting. I have 4.
No, that's fine. It gives me time to scroll to find some of the fun facts. I said the suspension bridge facts aren't doing it.
Like salt, lime, tequila. That's what that looks like. The 3 different beverages.
I'm ready now.
Okay. So one crazy thing that happened right after the bridge was first opened is that basically a week after, on Memorial Day, so this is still like a huge attraction. There's this giant bridge, first of its kind. So people at this point in time are still walking over it just for the novelty factor. So this is a week after it was opened. There's like 20,000 people on the bridge. A woman got her heel stuck in one of the what do you call them? The plats, the wooden. They got her heel stuck in the floor, and she kind of started freaking out. But people around her thought she was freaking out because the bridge was collapsing. So it created like a panic and a riot. It was this mass riot, and like I think like 15 people ended up being stampeded to death, unfortunately.
What?
Women in the, like
Yeah.
to death?
To
Were
death.
Were they all men
No.
on their knees proposing?
That was a bad
insane.
time to have a
Brilliant.
wedding.
I thought it was built to get bodies off of Manhattan, like for dead people, because that's what
That was part of it. I mean, it was also just built for commuter access to and from Brooklyn and New York. And at that point in time, Brooklyn wasn't part of New York City. I hadn't realized that. It was actually a separate town.
So how did people get across? Just with ferries or something?
Yeah.
So are suspension bridges meant so that they can bridges can go further? Is that a dumb question?
It probably is a dumb question, but I actually don't know the answer.
I think it's easier
Yeah.
to build it over a longer body of water.
Yeah,
Is that
I
why
think
they were
that's a big
invented?
thing. It's
To
over
use.
water. And so Catherine, thanks for letting me get back to my suspension bridge facts. This bridge, Brooklyn Bridge, has 4 cables. Each of them are 3,500 feet long. That's over 1,000 meters. And the cables themselves are over 15.5 inches thick. So 40 centimeters thick.
Whoa.
Okay, you guys aren't
40
impressed by the length or girth of that, like I thought you would be.
That doesn't feel like enough.
That's massive.
Anything
You
in
keep 2 feet
centimeters
wide.
anything in centimeters just feels short.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
many meters is that? How many centimeters?
Someone's going to go to the conversion, Adam.
0.4 meters. That sounds like nothing.
I'm not intimidated by that.
Ah,
No
okay,
one
fine.
measures their penis in centimeters. No one should
I
measure
watched it.
suspension bridge cables except for Adam and Adam's joke.
Okay, my final fun fact is after the panic that like where people got stampeded to death, there was a lot of people were like, "Fuck that! I'm not going on the bridge." They didn't trust it. So in order to get public faith back in the bridge, P.T. Barnum, the famous showman from recent Hugh Jackman movie, actually, Catherine, The Greatest Showman. So P.T. Barnum, he actually took a bunch of elephants and walked them over the bridge in this huge public spectacle, and that was their like PR event to try to get people back, you know, trusting the Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh, wow.
What year was this? Did you say?
This
When
is
the
this is the 18. It opened in 1883.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't
wow.
trust
Or
technology then
1884.
either.
Sorry. Yeah.
I thought this was like 1950.
Yeah.
People were
During the
just
Nixon
really-
administration, Catherine.
I have to say, this is the second best Brooklyn Bridge segment we've done.
Well, I wasn't going to reuse the good facts from the first time round.
No,
about all the designers dying.
Second's not bad.
Second's good. So anyway, I
that
got
was
married
more
at the
the-
Brooklyn Bridge. It's an awesome place. If you haven't ever visited it, come to the bridge for the wires.
Oh,
It's
check out
better than
this-
you gave it.
Which
credit
are
for.
sufficiently thick.
They are. You were
what she
insufficiently
said.
impressed by the thickness.
it hasn't fallen over. It hasn't crumbled yet. So that's got to be worth something. It's been
Yeah.
a while.
I mean, I'm done. I've got more. I could go and I mean, there are falcons.
It's okay.
It's
Aren't
It's
all
okay.
of aren't all of the
Okay.
bridges?
No.
leading-
We're fine. Move on.
Aren't a couple of the bridges leading into New York like long past their sort of
Well, you know, across America.
sell by
Bridge-
date?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Like they should have been
Particularly-
replaced a long time
Oh yeah,
ago. I think.
particularly because part of they found out after it was built that a bunch of the materials used in the Brooklyn Bridge construction were like dodgy. So they've actually like they realized during construction that one of their contractors like ripped them off.
oh my
Oh, wow.
god.
So they had to add like the engineers basically like made it like designed it to withstand double the amount of stress just because of they were like,
Wait,
well, we're
but-
using shitty materials, so
dodgy by 1883 standards.
yeah, exactly.
Oh my god,
That's dodgy.
that's dodgy.
Yeah, that's why
Hopefully-
they
hopefully it wasn't the cables.
it was the cables.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it.
Awesome. That was great.
Great segment.
Congratulations on the nuptials.
Thank you.
Hope it lasts.
So do I.
Like the Empire, we're almost done. We hope that you've had lots of fun. Was it relevant? Probably not. But thanks for giving this part a shot. Stay tuned for the end of Uncommonwealth, the podcast.